Hi, my name is Chase Pipes, and I am an artifact dealer. I've been dealing. I'm a third-generation antiquities dealer. My grandfather sold antiquities from Europe and the Americas. My dad sold ethnographics from all over the world, and I am obsessed with all of it. And in this room, we're at the Tucson Mineral and Fossil Show, and we have artifacts literally from every era of man's history, including species of upright hominid that no longer exist anymore, which are these tools here. These tools, which are made by this species here, this is a cast of a skull. It's called Peking Man. It's a very famous skull found in Asia, and it's a Homo erectus species. And Peking Man, this species of Homo erectus lived everywhere from 1.2 million years old up until about 40,000 years ago, and then he went extinct. Homo erectus made these tools that we have here. The general concession is that the bigger the tools, the older they are in age. The smaller the tools, the younger that they are in age. So if we have a tool like this size, this goes back to about 200,000 years. It's found in Mauritania in Africa.
Where's Mauritania?
Mauritania is below Morocco. You have Morocco. There's the big bulge in Africa. You have Morocco, Mauritania, Mali, Niger, so on and so forth. Mauritania is right below Morocco. And that's where these tools and artifacts come from. And the reason that so many are found there is because the desertification of the soil, it shows up the artifacts very, very well. All the artifacts are on one level. On the same level that you find a 200,000-year-old tool, you can find a 6,000-year-old Neolithic axe.
And the way they are dated with a mass spectrometer is how?
These tools are dated with a mass spectrometer, and what that is it looks at grains of sand and when the last time that they were exposed to light. When a grain of sand is exposed to light, a neutron within it is turned on. It's like a light switch that turns on and off. When it's exposed to light, the neutron lights up and absorbs the sun's energy. When it's not exposed to light, the neutron shuts down and it does not absorb the energy anymore. So what they do is they go into a site and they expose some sand. They take that sand and they run it through a mass spectrometer, and what it does is it measures the amount of radiation within the neutron in order to determine the age. So they can, if you've got a piece of sand that's been buried for, 10 million, 200 million years, it can tell it.
So we have ranges in prices from $149 up to $12,000 for some of these spearheads?
On these particular pieces, the most expensive piece I have is about $600. But on certain pieces, the most expensive hand axe was sold for about $70,000, and it was from France.
So your pieces range from $140 to $600?
Right, because they come from Africa. The tools that are found in France is more highly collectible because it was found in a European country, and buyers are biased.
Oh, okay.
So it's politics. It can be a more interesting tool, but because it was found in France, it gives it prestige.
And these are French or English tools here?
No, these are Danish. Denmark, Norway, Sweden is where these tools are found, and these are Neolithic tools. Just like Neolithic is Latin, it means neo is new, lithic is stone. It's new Stone Age. It was the last time in man's history when he used stone tools. After that, you have the Copper Age, Bronze Age, Iron Age, Industrial Revolution, so on and so forth. So this is Stone Age tools from Europe. Just like the Native Americans in North America never got out of the Stone Age, ever. They never figured out metal. The only metal that they did figure out is copper, like these tools here. They figured out copper, and they used copper, but only in certain areas of the country.
Tell about what year did they switch from stone to metal?
Well, here's the conundrum, is that the peoples in North America used copper 9,500 years ago, which is far earlier than any other group in the entire world. However, they never figured out to add any other metal to copper to change its chemical formula. Like what makes copper different from bronze is you add a metal called tin to it, and when you add a 10% tin to copper, you create bronze. And the native peoples of North America never figured that out.
The price on these English stone tools range from what to what?
Anywhere from $240 to $14,000 or $1,400. So,
Okay.
but pieces
Now,
are sold.
$1,400?
Yeah, $1,350.
Oh, okay.
Somewhere in there. But some pieces can go for $30,000 to $50,000.
And these are the Arizona Anastasi baskets?
Yes. Well, no, they're not baskets. They're pottery pieces. It's like, you know, this piece was collected in Mesa Verde back in the 1880s. It's an Anasazi piece from the Four Corners area. So, and this is called a St. John's pattern in the very back, and that's from New Mexico. This piece is an Anasazi piece. It's a plainware storage vessel.
And what are the prices on the baskets, or the pottery?
Anywhere from $750 to $50.
Okay. And how much for the copper tools?
Copper tools go anywhere from $45 up to $400.
And then you have a whole range of other items, arrowheads.
Right. Arrowheads from the Western
tools.
Sahara. These are from a Neolithic culture that's called the Sub-Saharan Neolithic culture. It expanded from Morocco down into Mauritania and all the way across to Libya. And it was basically a group of people that, like our native peoples in America, that made stone tools.
Oh.
So the Sahara Desert back then wasn't a desert. It was like Oklahoma or East Texas. You know, it was a very lush area. And 4,000 years ago, climate changed and turned it from a wetlands into a desert. The largest petroglyph of aquatic mammals in the world is in the Libyan portion of the Sahara Desert, almost 400 miles from the nearest water source today.
And then here's a chart of all the arrowheads and things that you've come across in the past.
No, now this is stuff that I have not purchased at all.
But it just kind of has a guideline of some of the things that you've come across.
It just shows a variety of artifacts from what's known as the Paleo period, which was, 13,500 years to around 10,000 years.
So if somebody wants to get a hold of you to purchase these, how do they get a hold of you?
Best thing to do is to come to my store in Tennessee, had on my flyer. My business is called Smoky Mountain Relic Room, and you can go to, you can Google Smoky Mountain Relic Room, or contact me through email at Tennessee1769@yahoo.com.
And what's your phone number?
My phone number is 865-453-5871.
All right. Well, thank you very much. And what room are you at the Ramada in?
I've been set up here at the gym show for 10 years now. I'm in the same room every single year. It's Ramada Limited, room 119.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, and it was nice meeting you.
Good meeting you too. Appreciate it.
Okay.